They don't fuck with us, we don't fuck with them. It is what it is. Big Billy.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick.
Real. I can't even call it corner pocket. Niggas in they feelings out of pocket. Smith and Wesson on me, Dallas Cowboy. And I'm with my dog, down boy.
What's going on, people? What's going on? We're back like we never left. All takes, no breaks. Episode 5. This is a special episode, man. I mean, this is the first time we actually got together. I was in town, so we said, hey, let's push the podcast back one day.
Yes, sir.
Let's get together. Let's do it like a real podcast instead of doing the Zoom. Even though I do enjoy the Zoom because you get your own situation, but this is special.
Yes, it is. And I mean, we have a lot to talk about. I mean, again, like every week, so much has happened. I have a very topic near and dear to my heart today that I want to. I got some things to say. That's all. So you're gonna hear my mouth for a few later.
Yeah.
But, let's get to it. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. What we got?
All right. So first thing we're going to talk about NBA free agency and the rumors that come with it, the moves that are being made. The first thing we're going to talk about is Kyrie Irving.
Yes, sir.
You see the man's hat. He's obviously invested in the situation. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to start off with that. And he did sign.
I told you, nothing to worry about. So Kyrie, he didn't sign anything technically. He opted into his deal. He opted into the 4th year. And this is pretty much, and I hate to say it for Kyrie because he's a vested veteran. This is a prove-it deal because, bro, you find a lot of reasons not to show up to work. It is what it is. The Nets have every reason to be wary of you, Kyrie Irving. And I'm not going to sit here and go on that whole Stephen A. Smith weird personal tangent. But, bro, it's the facts are the facts. You don't play. There's a reason why you're not there. So, bro, you just got to prove it. Show up, 82 games, ball out, do something meaningful. And I guarantee you that bread that you asking for or looking for is going to be there. We're going to pay you. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, me being devil's advocate in the situation, I think that the relationship's already tarnished. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying they didn't give him the max. He just signed in, extended or opted in.
Okay.
But I think there's still moves to be made. Maybe not right now. Go ahead.
So let's talk about it though. So let's talk about it. So you was gonna give this man. We're not gonna give him the max because of his shenanigans. You know, he just, like I said, you know, he finds reasons not to come to work. When he hit the market, when he told Brooklyn, "I'm gonna go see what's out there," nobody offered him a max deal. Nobody wanted him. His trade, he realized that his value was in the mud. It was under a rock, and he was like, "Oh shit, I gotta prove myself." So now that he knows that, I'm telling you, I think. Yes, it is tarnished. His ego is bruised more than anything. It's a reality check. Like, I'm not this superhuman, you are talented as hell, but you are touchable. Just because you are nice, you got crazy handles, you can do things nobody else can do. They will blackball you. You will find yourself unemployed. It's the truth. You know?
I agree with that, but I don't know. I feel like the Kyrie Irving type of player is going to find a place to land at
in Brooklyn. He wanted, bro. This is home for him. He grew up a Nets fan. He wanted to be here. Him and Kevin Durant got something. They got a bromance. It's not. They're not leaving each other, bro. I mean, I know it sounded good. And again, right now it's the off season, right? The championship was just won. We got 4 months until basketball starts again. So the media is bored. They need something to talk about. They're gonna talk about. Look, Kyrie Irving is a superstar talent, a one-of-one type player. I get it. He's weird. He's talented, so it's perfect for media coverage. Like, it's just like, yo, let's talk about it. Like, this guy's, you know, and KD too. KD's an emotional guy. I call it what it is. So those two guys are always hot topics. So why not make them the topic of the conversation? I mean, you know, and they're talented and they're so good. But, you know, I'm not gonna get into my next tangent. I'm gonna wait. I have more to say about that, but let's keep it here.
So here's what I wanted to say, and I was gonna set you up for it right now. You don't want to talk about a certain individual talking about Kyrie Irving yet? Is that what you're trying to say? You want to say that to the end?
Well, yeah, I'll say that for the end.
All right.
I'll say that for the end.
All right. So the next thing, free agency wise, just to hit them all real quick. Yeah. Harden in Philadelphia. Does he stay in Philadelphia?
Yes. He's gonna stay. I feel like this is his. I'm not gonna say last chance because if he was to leave Philly, he would definitely get a job immediately. He's James Harden. But let's talk about it. Your man is a super. He's a few years removed from being one of the top 5 players in basketball. He's still a good player, but he's not who he used to be. But he was going to be the 3rd highest paid player in basketball on a team that you want to win a championship for, with who has to give Embiid a big contract. So him taking a pay cut makes sense to me because it's not a secret. He's regressed. He's not that guy who
has regressed.
He's not giving you 30, 40 a night. He's more of a playmaking guard he's not as fast paced. He's not pushing it as much as he used to, but he can still pass and set you up with the best of them. So he's still very, very, very valuable. But yeah, he's gonna opt out. He's gonna resign. But it's probably gonna be like a quick 2 year, like $50 million, or 2 years, $70 million deal, something to give him a fat payday or average annual value, and still help him get other people with him, give the Sixers some cap relief.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my opinion. What do you think?
I mean, as far as James Harden goes, I feel like he's gonna keep it pushing with the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
I think he understands, like you said, he's regressed. And when you feel, and I know he's feeling that, right? It's not like people are just talking on Twitter or whatever. I know he felt like he's not playing like he used to when he used to hoop. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure,
you want safety net. You want to whatever, because if he does play the market, so to speak, it might not work out the best for him or what team he exactly wants to go to.
I mean, there might be some inspired owner out there who's willing to give him a max contract, and I can't say he doesn't deserve it. But it's not going to be with a competitive winning franchise. And that's the thing. He wants to win a chip. He's at that point. He's ring chasing. You see what he's doing? He's bouncing from team to team to team, trying to find the best possible way to win the championship. Unfortunate, he left us in Brooklyn. And you know what? At first, I was like, I kind of feel him. But the more and more I think about the situation, bro, I get kind of salty about it because it didn't have to go down like that. He could have been patient. You know what I'm saying? Like, you went to... It is what it is. I don't want to sound salty. Good luck to James, but good luck to James, bro. It didn't have to go down like that, bro. You didn't have to cry and force your way out and fake injuries, and nobody had a gun to your head, bro. You could have been.
Look, this is why I say the Brooklyn Nets, man. Just the way everything went down, it's a little weird over there, man. I mean, you had to admit.
We have Kyrie Irving. Any franchise that has Kyrie Irving on it gives us energy, and that's a fact of life. and it is. That comes with the territory, and we understand that. We know that. He's a homegrown kid, so we embrace it. We take it with a grain of salt because we know what he can do. He's magical. You know what I'm saying? But, like, at the end of it is kind of... Kyrie just turned 30, bro. Calm down. Relax. Stop being weird, bro. Like, just go to work. Take responsibility for your actions. Stop blaming everybody else. And, just... Man, to play some basketball, bro. KD's out here hoop, bro. KD got nothing to... He's one of the... KD, LeBron, and Steph, I feel like, and maybe Giannis, are the only 4 players who I feel like in the NBA who have nothing left to prove. And this guy's out there every day giving you... The man played 48 minutes one game and dropped a 50-point triple-double with 17 rebounds and, 14... Come on. This guy's giving his all, and you over here mad because... I mean, R.I.P. George Floyd. It's a very sad situation. Black Lives Matter. But that ain't got nothing to do with you, Kai. You shouldn't be missing basketball games. You shouldn't be...
I see his intention behind the gestures, but outstanding. I agree with you. I feel like, I mean, there's only so much you could do in the position or whatever. That it has to be an overall systematic change.
Correct.
And I understand why.
Yes,
there's a way to do it that's going to be a little more effective.
And I'm not. And again, he brings up the point a lot that basketball isn't everything. It's not the end all be all. It's not the most important thing in his life. And I understand that. And you are correct.
Yeah,
you are correct. But you have to look at the. He's on a team. It's a brotherhood. It's like these guys commit themselves to each other to a point where, like, they put their families to the back burner for each other. Yeah. Like, these guys are tight-knit. And Kyrie, you're putting yourself before these guys, and it's just, it creates, I don't want to say, because they know you love them. They do. It's obvious. They're still cool with you and everything, but it's an obvious division it creates because they're giving everything and you're not. And that's not...
Yeah, that could cause a little bit of
animosity
friction.
For sure.
Yeah,
and sure. And you got when your best friend's Kevin Durant, the best player on the team, so the peons they don't want to piss him off, and you are really gifted, so like they don't want to piss you off either because they know like they get on your bad side, they might want themselves traded or cut or not getting the basketball as much. So, but it's getting to a point now where your status as a player and your talent, it's not worth it almost to a point for the dramatics that's being caused. I mean. I don't want to say not worth it because yes, it is, but it's just a distract. You're not going to get the paydays you want acting like this, Kyle. You got to calm down, bro. You got to chill out.
All right, there's another one. Phoenix Suns, DeAndre Ayton.
Ooh,
they got
And the Suns are disrespectful.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. They got I think Ayton felt a little disrespected after the finals run. They obviously didn't go their way, but after the fact, I'm sure he was expecting that max.
Yeah, and the summer he was expecting that the summer prior, and they gave that money to I think they gave Booker some money, which is deserving.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they gave CP's getting paid fat money, but I feel like there should have been some room left for Ayton to eat. But you know what? I don't know if you know. Well, you might. I don't know if you've seen it, but for the people at home, the Suns, somebody in the Suns front office leaked to Woj that they feel like they can get Ayton's production from just about any starting center out there in the market. So it's glaringly out. They didn't appreciate the kid. They think that he's just expendable. They think that he is, just another guy.
But so I think they have a slight argument in that sense where like he could be a lot better than what he is at where he was drafted and his potential as just a center in general. But I think there's a little disrespect floating around there.
Definitely. And while I agree with you, he can be better than he is. We have to look at the reality of things. He is a center on a team that was in the finals just a season ago. Mm-hmm. He was a very, very, very vital part of that run. Without his interior defense and granted, he did get cooked by Giannis in the finals, but that wasn't his fault. I don't know why the hell who's the Suns coach again?
The Greek freak.
What's his name? Some idiot. But I don't know why the hell you decided. He's a fool. Why the hell would you have DeAndre Ayton guarding Giannis in the finals 1-on-1? The man dropped 50 on him. 50, and you had that man out there guarding him again the next day.
Win Coach of the Year. He almost.
Monty Williams. Yeah. He did win Coach of the Year. And you know what? I respect Monty. Shout out to Monty. You know what I'm saying?
That was ridiculous. You just said that, bro.
You left this man on Giannis after his man. Bro, come on. Good coaches make mistakes. It happens all the time. We see it all the time. Monty Williams. You're never gonna hear this, but maybe if you do hear it, that was a bad. I'm sure you heard it a million times. That was a bad move, Coach.
Adjustments should have been made.
For sure. Drake Crowder, anybody, just throw bodies at him. You should not have Ayton out there on the island with Giannis. It's not smart. I'm a fan at home and I see this. Monty, come on. I know you believe in your guy, but you got cooked for 50 in the finals. And you lost.
So it's going to get a little interesting with that situation because it says here that while facing extensions to holdovers Devin Booker, Cam Johnson, and Jay Crowder, it hinges on Ayton's whereabouts.
Ayton's gone. He's out of there, bro. They're going to trade Ayton Ayton's gone. He's good as gone. He's not going to be a Phoenix Sun anymore. Not sure where he's going to land, but I'm almost positive the Suns are smart. They trade him to the Eastern Conference somewhere. He's probably going to a contender because what he does provide good teams want.
Yeah.
So look for like the Bulls or like the Hawks maybe even because they're trying to move John Collins. Look for the Hawks to make some room for him. Somebody like that. Or maybe even Dallas. But I doubt he's staying in the West. That's just my take.
I agree. I think they're going to move over. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, the difference between, I guess we'll say East. Next thing we're talking about though is which I actually am genuinely interested in is Bradley Beal in the Wizards. So is he staying there? Is he making moves?
So in my opinion, or from what I've heard, my sources have told me that Bradley Beal he declined his option because of his age and where he's getting a lot. He declined his option to re-sign a 5-year supermax. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hearing.
5-year, $242 million contract. It would take him to the age of 34 if he did sign it.
Exactly, and that's what I think is going. That's what's happening. I mean, he has to see it through. The Wizards have taken care of him. They haven't gotten him teammates, but financially they've always supported the dude. I hope that eventually people, and I'm a Bradley Beal supporter. I think he's so unappreciative. I mean, he's so underappreciated. He's Jason Tatum just on a worse team. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like he is an elite basketball player.
If you put him in the spotlight, I would say spotlight, but like a contender that you see is making a playoff push, you're gonna see what Bradley Beal can bring.
For sure, and I just hope that, and I don't think it's Bradley Beal. I don't think he's the reason players don't want to come there. I think it's more the front office and the organization as itself. Like the Wizards are just a poorly run place, and superstars don't want to go there. And I get that, but I'm just hoping that maybe he has some friends just might come save the day, man. He needs some help. He needs some help, man. Or go play with your boy. Go to the Celtics and play with your best friend, Tatum. That'll be lethal. You, Tatum, and they can't. Brown got to go probably.
Or you go to Miami. You have a great time. South Beach.
Superstars will go to Miami, bro. Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I don't get those guys.
so look, free agency, it is what it is. Always, it's a moving rotation. New updates pretty much every day when it comes to that situation. Next thing we want to talk about is something for the degenerates out there, and it's gambling, right?
Ooh,
We're talking about what sites do people use, right? And Arizona just recently, was it last year?
yeah, last summer maybe, but what a year in.
Yeah, it was last summer, right before football season started. Is
Yeah.
when they legalized online sports gambling
Yep.
in Arizona. So a lot of people use different apps, but three ones we're gonna talk about, right? We got FanDuel, we got DraftKings, and we have PrizePicks, which I just recently, was it like a couple months ago?
Stay away.
I put them on the PrizePicks.
Don't like it.
Brilliantly Dumb Show is one who put me on. The
Shout out to
PrizePicks.
Brilliantly Dumb Show, by the way. I mean, great content. Check
Bro,
those guys
wow.
out if you haven't. You know what I'm saying?
And the Bob Does Sports Cast, all them guys. Bro.
Yeah, they definitely inspired our podcast a little bit. I watched them a few just to see how they operate, and man, they got some good content. Those guys. Shout out to Bear Down. That's my dog. I mess with him. You know, he's a real funny dude. Joey's all right. You know what I mean?
Little shade there, little shade.
Joey's all right. Joey's cool, but I mean,
Bobby Fairways is my guy.
Bobby
though, for
Fairways
sure.
is that dude. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? He is the dude. Bobby Fairways is the dude.
But yeah, PrizePicks is something that I think like if you do it correctly, you can turn up because you don't have to hit every single leg of the parlay like you do in FanDuel or DraftKings. Now, I will admit this in the same breath that you can win more money if you do hit that 5-leg parlay than if you hit it with PrizePicks as well. However, it gives you, I guess, more options to win money even though it's less. So you can hit 3 out of your 5 and still get a little bit of money, a little chunk. And it depends how much you're putting in, obviously. But if you hit 4 out of 5, now you're doubling your money. And if you hit 5 out of 5, now you're times 5.
That's the best thing about the app. The best thing about the app is the fact that you can lose your parlay, and you could potentially still make a few coins. You can make some of your money back from what you put in. That is literally what interests me in the app. Other than that, I'm not really fond of it because that app doesn't really value who and what. They just care about the hit or hit.
They care about hitting predictions. So they give you an over-under number, and either you're going over or you're going under. And if you hit these numbers, then you're going for it. So if you choose to have a more difficult over-under, that's on you. But if you choose to do all 3 or all 4 or all 5 of them being relatively simple because you can't really predict the future, then you can make a little bit of money. And I think that we could do that. I think football season, I think we can really turn it up, man. That's how I feel.
I agree. I think it's better for football than basketball because I'm going to be honest. A lot of the time, Steph Curry has an over/under on 3-pointers of like 6, right? And what's more likely, like we were talking about, PrizePicks just cares about if you hit your over or the under. So if you bet on Steph Curry to hit over 6 3-pointers in one game, they value that just the same as Draymond hitting over 1.5 free throws.
Yeah.
So Draymond getting fouled once and knocking down both free throws is very likely to happen. Steph Curry hitting 6 threes is still likely to happen, but not as likely.
But that's the thing. You have to maneuver the app in a sense where you're like, okay, I'm gonna pick Draymond hitting 2 free throws, probably gonna happen, or it might not though. But you do that, and then you say Steph Curry. You can if he has 6 threes up, I'm hitting the under on Steph Curry.
Sure, you know what, and this might it's a preference thing, and I'm gonna be real. As the Yankee fan in me, I'm a home run kind of guy. No pun intended, but I love the potential of being able to bet small and win big. And that's what it is. I mean,
yeah, when you put a $5 bet and the odds are like plus 2,000 or whatever, it's like obviously that's probably not going to hit. But if you did hit it, you're afraid to make a little chunk of change off of a $5 bet. But with PrizePicks, I think you can make small victories add up to whatever. So during football season, we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, I mean that's just how I feel about that. So. And then I like that DraftKings, FanDuel both have a lot of. They have those promotions that they run where you could do $5.
That's the other thing. Yeah, there's no promotions in. Well, I'm not gonna lie. So when I was signed up for PrizePicks, again, another shout out to the Brilliantly Dumb Show. I used the one of their code. I forgot what was the code.
It was Bob or Bobby.
Something along those lines, right? And I got it like about maybe 5, 6, 7 free bets. I can't lie. I was in there grinding, but I lost every one. So. It didn't help me out much, but they did support. They shout out Shout out to Prospects. They keep their word, and those promotions are pretty fire. But they were just like a one-time deal-ish. You know, FanDuel constantly has like risk-free same-game parlays. DraftKings as well, where they'll give you, if your bet loses, they'll give you your money back in order to play again. And that, I love that.
I'll give the advantage to that on that situation. But Prospect does do where you have an automatic win in one of your legs. Like during the finals, had Jason Tatum for
half a point.
Yeah, half a point. Obviously,
that's elite.
Yeah,
that is elite.
That's automatic. That's an automatic W.
Easy hit. So if you do a 5-legger, it's pretty much a 4-legger. So and you still get the 5-leg payout. So I do like that. That is a very good perk. But again, if you like just betting on over and unders of players' averages, that's for you. Prospects is for you. But if you like to get freaky and be able to manually manipulate your parlays and bet what you want, I think you should go FanDuel or DraftKings. And if you're looking for things, and if you're not if you aren't the savviest with sports and you're looking for people that make the parlays for you, and you can just easily just throw your money at it and say, I want to hit this, then FanDuel's for you because they have a lot of self-made parlays for like for lack of better words, the casual fan who's not as invested, who doesn't know as much.
I think we could leave it at a point where if you're an over-under type of guy, Prize-Picks is definitely a thing because you can make money off Prize-Picks on a regular basis as long as you're not shooting for the stars on every time, like trying to get I don't know what would be shooting for the stars on the over-under because you could always bet the under or bet the over.
Yeah,
but
I mean shooting for the stars is just like betting all overs on like points on like 4 different players on the same team. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just ridiculous. Like they're all not gonna obviously hit overs.
And then look, you put a $10 bet, you win 5 times that. Boom, you're not gonna obviously like change your life with it, but you can make small little victories and start to build it up.
I mean, turning 10 into 50 is beautiful.
Building up the account. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, exactly.
But yeah. So next thing, Le'Veon Bell is set to go against AP in a boxing match. Details of that boxing match, I do not have the total thing of, but I do have my prediction of the boxing match.
Who you got?
I have Le'Veon Bell.
Ew, disgusting.
Smooth as silk. He's gonna hook and jab.
Smooth as silk.
I mean, Sugar Ray Leonard him, bro. That's how.
Look, AP is a chiseled Adonis. My boy is, bro. He's a freak athlete. Pause. Okay, yeah, I'm saying, bro. Like, come on. but look, AP, bro. Did you hear what he did to his kids? Imagine what he about to do to Le'Veon, bro. Man, come on. I'm just saying.
I don't even comment on that because that's legal things. But I will say, like, I think AP is going to be brute strength type of guy, kind of clumsy kind of type of guy. Le'Veon Bell is going to be picking his shots, hooking and jabbing, scoring the points.
And why you say that? Because he has a patient running style. You think he's going to fight that way too?
I think that could translate.
I'm not gonna. While I agree with you, I just think that Le'Veon's Bell, I've seen as a person who's from very, very. Anyway, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, bro. I've seen about boxing.
Yeah, but I've seen Le'Veon's type before. Is what I'm getting at, and he's a kind of the talker. He's the guy that's all like, yeah, he's real loud. He's real obnoxious. Yeah, I'll do this. I'll whoop your ass. I'll beat you up. But he probably never been in a fruit fight or a food fight in his life, my man. You know what I'm saying? Like. But I'm sure AP is that guy who's silent but deadly.
That's a little ridiculous that you are just assuming that he just doesn't know what he's talking about, bro.
I'm not assuming that. I just said he strikes me as the type. He strikes me as the type. That's it. I mean, he seems like a loud-talking, flashy guy. Like, he doesn't... AP seems like the guy that he just... What's up? He don't start shit. He finishes it, though. I think he's going to finish that fight out on top. And granted, he's a lot older, but...
So this match what they're gonna do is it's on Social Gloves 2, and the event is promoted by the YouTube star. He actually did some boxing things. Austin McBroom, he did a celebrity one time, and it's gonna happen on July 30th. So I'm definitely gonna tune into that. We could throw our predictions out. We could even throw a bet on it because I got Le'Veon.
I got AP. How many rounds?
Let's see. I was trying to find the whole details with it.
If it's more than 5, I got AP in a knockout.
I'm assuming it's not. I'm assuming it's not. I'm assuming usually it's an exhibition boxing match. I'm assuming it's like 3 to 5.
3 to 5. I got AP in decision, and I don't think Le'Veon wins a round.
That is crazy talk, bro.
It's not crazy talk.
It's crazy talk. You're just like, first of all, these are both professional athletes. Second, I think Adrian Peterson is just going to come in very, like I said, very clumsy, very just like
What about AP
like
says
grabbing,
clumsy though?
just grabbing the guy. Like
What
that
about
type of
AP
thing.
says any of this though? I feel like that's just like something you're
Just-
throwing out there, like just to like.
That's just what I feel. I just feel that.
Oh,
I
okay, you
feel.
feel it,
I
gotcha.
feel like just like you just said, Le'Veon Bell is the type of guy this.
But I'm
also
saying that
feel
based
that
off
way.
of his actions, he is a loud talking, flashy individual. And you know, then I have there's things out there. You know,
But
that's
in
the
boxing, that might work to your benefit if you can. If you are the
truth. Okay.
Mayweather type of person who's like you got
No,
good defense,
that's,
you're sliding.
that's the
you're-
worst name you bro. You picked the goat of
What?
like the sport, bro. Like, yes, he talks shit because he can back it up, and he's done it 50 plus times and never lost.
But boxing is one of those sports that you don't necessarily have to be the stronger individual. If you're just more technical, you will win that match.
Correct.
And if he's more technical than Adrian Peterson, which is a very, very strong possibility.
Why?
Like I told you, I think Adrian
there you go.
Peterson is just
There
gonna
you
be like trying to
you
rush
think
him
that.
and grab him.
But and you think that because of what his aggressive running style is? You think because he's a high runner, who
It's just
head down kind of like guy? You
It's
think
just a sense I have. It's just a sense. I mean, look.
sadly mistaken. I guarantee AP. It's honestly, and I think it's gonna look ugly. I think it's gonna be like AP's gonna look like he knows what he's doing, and Le'Veon's gonna be like, "Oh shit, I tried this once or twice."
It's
And
gonna
like,
be.
oh, this is real.
I don't
I'm
think it's
getting
gonna be a
hit.
knockout. It's gonna be by decision, and Le'Veon
Yeah.
Bell's gonna win. By
Okay,
decision.
I respect that. Let's put something on that though. What's up?
We can make the we can make the bet right now.
Let's put so since our finals wager went to the wayside. It was a wash because we both were wrong.
We said what 20 on that?
No, we put a bottle. I got a bottle. What's up?
Okay. Yeah, we'll do the same thing.
All right, same thing.
Same thing. And I'm definitely gonna tune into the situation. And
Def-
like I
for
said,
sure.
we'll be able to, as leading up, we'll probably get more details on the match and how they're gonna operate.
Definitely.
And we'll be able to figure it out. But yeah, definitely.
AP.
Never that.
AP.
All right. Now off to another thing. So this is a segment that I'm kind of taken off with at this point.
The cap in his rap.
It's I already have 2 up on his 0 on
How?
top lists.
How?
I mean, the people have spoken in many forms, but so this week we're doing top 5 running backs that are going to make an impact 2022. As I've already said, I'm 2-0 right now as far as lists go.
This list is for 2022. We won't find out the winner until the 2022 season is complete, and whoever it has it's impossible for me to. I mean, it's all opinions at this point. But anyways, we're gonna get into it.
Yeah.
Last week you went first, right? Because I went first the first week, then you went first the second week.
Bro, don't be looking at my list, bro.
Oh my bad,
Nah,
bro. Put your list up, bro.
that's crazy.
If the TV's on, I'm gonna watch.
All right, so you said you're going first.
Yeah. I go. I'm gonna spit mine at you. Let me
All right.
know. You tell me what you think afterwards. So we'll start from 5, obviously, working way up to 1. And number 5 is a very, 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 very. He's a household name, and I believe over the last couple of years he's been a household name for all of the wrong reasons. Fantasy football owners despise this man. They hate him. He is the antichrist in their eyes. He's burned a million of us out there. He's done it to me 2 years ago, and I'm sure he did it to thousands of people last year.
I've already know you're talking about. He did it to me last year, but let me just hear what you have to say.
Yeah. He is the white Jesus himself.
Oh, okay.
Christian McCaffrey. I got him coming at number 5. And again, he's still an elite talent. Buddy is still very young. He still has a lot of juice. He just injury luck is just horrible. And when you look at the Panthers' offense, they don't really have much outside of him. I mean, so his workload is still going to be immense. And they don't have a quarterback at this point. They got Sam Darnold down there. They don't have anybody reliable to throw the football around. Excuse me. Had a few shots. Sorry about that. But yeah. So, but I'm just. CMC, he's going to be up there as far as usage-wise, and I think he's still going to be effective. I have him at 5 only because his line is shoddy and the supporting cast is shoddy. So when that happens, all eyes are going to be on you. Defenses are going to be keen. So it's going to be a little hard to get production, but I still got him at 5. At 4, I have a sleeper. No, well, he's not a sleeper. He's been great for the last couple of years. Everybody's drafted him high in fantasy. But I feel like this offense and this team is going to be sneaky good this year. Nobody's talking about it. And when I say that, I'm talking about the Minnesota Vikings and Dalvin Cook. The Minnesota Vikings have and always have had elite playmakers almost at every position on offense. Their line is the only thing that needed to be fixed, and their quarterback play could be a little better. We know Kirk Cousins is We know he does in prime time, and he doesn't, well, the lack thereof in prime time. But Dalvin Cook he has sweet feet, my man. He can do it all. He can run the ball. He gets high usage. He can hit the gap. He can bounce it outside. He has strength. He can go through you. And again, like I said, with those guys on the outside making plays, the run game is going to be wide open. They're going to be doubling Justin Jefferson. They can't stack the box. So he's going to eat like always. The Vikings, again, sleeper team.
Look, I have to say, this list is actually becoming respectable for the first time that we've even started this process. So I'm intrigued. You're actually doing a good job so far.
Man, don't talk to me yet.
Yeah,
talk to me when it's your turn. I don't want to hear that. At number 3, he might be a little too low. I'm sorry to the people at home. You might forgive me, but I got your king, King Henry, at number 3. I think that he is...
This one I made the compliments.
I think that I'm not going to say take a step back. He's still going to be elite, but now A.J. Brown, your hero. You're the only playmaker that you had outside to help you take the pressure off of you is gone. And he is in Philadelphia in a better place, in great hands. And he will do great things. However, King Henry, the box that was stacked is going to be even more stacked. And you still have Ryan Tannehill back there, so guess what? Life is going to be a lot harder for you this year. It always has been, and you always show up. And you're still going to show up and show out this year, King. But I got to be real with you. I just can't see you being without the help to take some pressure off of you. Teams are going to key. I just can't put you at number 1. 3 is still high. And that's just my take on it. You know what I mean? If that guy Traylon Burks emerges and he can actually dictate some coverages, then you might have some luck.
I think 3. Yeah.
3 isn't too bad for the King. It's top 3, bro. I mean, that's high.
I'll tell you I'll tell you what I feel.
Number 2. And I hate, and I'm only, again, hear me out. Hear me out. This team is a dumpster fire of an organization. They are probably the worst run organization in all of sports. And it's sad that we're here. I have a lot to say about their quarterback situation, but the Cleveland Browns, bro, like, Jesus Christ. Like, what can go wrong will go wrong with that team. And but I do respect their running back, or their stable of running backs. And I do think that Nick Chubb will be a top 2 finisher this year in production. And I say that because I know Deshaun Watson is about to get suspended for the majority of the season. I love Jacoby Brissett. Baker Mayfield's out the door. Even if he was there, Baker Mayfield, I still think the running backs will get a lot of love because he can't really pass the pill around like that. So just Chubb's production, his usage is going to be through the roof. And we see what he shares time with Kareem Hunt. He takes about 14 to 15 carries away from him a game. And he's producing at a top 3 clip every season, and that's without catching the ball. So with a mediocre quarterback like Brissett, the receiving options aren't as wide as they used to be. Odell's gone, Juice is gone. Who do they have now out there on the outsides in Cleveland? They got Coop. They got Coop. I did forget about Coop. Well, and you know what? Coop is an elite route runner. I'm gonna be honest with you guys for the first time in a long time. People at home and Cowboys fans, I can finally admit this. Coop is nice. That boy's a problem. His route running, he has elite speed. He has hands. The only problem with him is he doesn't show up on the road. You know what I mean? But I finally had to get it off my chest. I just couldn't do it for years because he was a Cowboy or Cowfruit or whatever he was. But yeah, so I got Nick Chubby Chubb at 2. At 1, I'm gonna go with Himothy, that guy himself, Jonathan Taylor. That boy is not that. I can't say enough. He can do it all. He can run. He can catch. Again, he can go through you, around you, through you and around you, over you. And he's so young and he's so powerful. He runs so angry. He reminds me, and I hate to use this again. I picked him to win this fight, and I don't want to throw his name around loosely because he is one of the best to ever do it. But he runs angry like a young AP. Like it's really not much you can do. It's not much you can do with him. Like you better just technique tackle him. Don't try to do those arm tackles and don't try to throw power at him. Throw power at him is probably gonna hurt you at the end of the day. But that boy JT, man, he finished. I think what did he finish last year, fantasy wise? He was top 2, right? It was him and
he was top 2 or 3.
No, he finished first because Derrick Henry got hurt. He was number 1. Yeah, so again, I think he's gonna pick up where he left off. That offense is catered to him, man. It is his offense. They have Matt Ryan there to sling that pill around again, but again, the playmakers just like. And some of the other scenarios I mentioned earlier, or the lack thereof, it's gonna help him out. So, JT, I got your number 1. Prove me right. And if I can draft you this year, depending on what pick I got, I probably gonna take you with my first pick if I can get my hands on you. Just being honest.
All right. Look, man, I gotta say, I have to admit, it was a respectable list.
Let's go.
Rating I'm giving you.
So wait, you gave me a 6.5 first week, and second week you gave me a 5, right?
No, I gave you more than that. I gave you 7 at some point.
All right, so I got 6.5 and a 7. So what do I got this week?
I gotta give you. I say 8.8.
Ooh, you boys. Okay, 8.8.
8.8. I mean, there's one, maybe two things I was like, off of whatever, but I think most of all, respectable list where you're gonna see that type of list around. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't think CMC is gonna be as high as I put him for a lot of people, only because of you got to prove it now. You've been gone for a while.
Correct. So yes, for me, I had CMC last year in one of my leagues, and it was a complete L. It was a complete disaster as far as like trying to run your team around this guy. Starting off my list, let's see. Number 5, I have Alvin Kamara. Yeah, I have Alvin Kamara as
5?
Yeah,
top 5.
And why I do that? Why I do that is because, as for him as a runner, as a pure runner, I think that running back talent wise, the guys that I have ahead of him are just better running backs in general. As a weapon itself, Alvin Kamara is up there.
Okay, I get you.
But I can't put these guys below him when we're talking about running backs. But
side note. Just who's better, Alvin Kamara or Austin Eckler?
Alvin Kamara's better.
Okay.
Well, you would have heard that if I had Austin Eckler up there.
No, that was my point. I was hoping you said Eckler and didn't put him in your list. I would clown you after this, but
no,
you did the right thing.
Yeah,
you did the right thing.
And I'm just gonna put this out there. Actually, no, I'm not gonna put it out there. I'm not gonna put it out there yet. All right, number 4, I got which I think we're hitting on the same level right here. Dalvin Cook's my number 4.
Yeah,
I think he's a total package when it comes to running backs. Obviously, he catches the ball, but the way he runs is elite. Like
sweet feet, bro.
Yeah, he's going to get you yards. He's going to get you touchdowns. If you feed him, he will eat.
Yes, sir.
I promise you that. Let's see. Number 3. This is where we kind of start to disagree, but we're on the same path. Nick Chubb is my number 3. Nick Chubb is number 3. As the reason you said, where he does like a shared backfield type of situation. He's not catching passes, and his production is beautiful for just a pure running back.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what he would be if he was just the sole guy doing everything. Of how productive he would be. Because I think
he probably would be hurt. I can't lie.
He might be hurt because he's gotten hurt being the shared thing, whatever. But that comes with the territory.
Yeah, running backs take care.
Yeah, I mean that's you're going to take L's in that category. But just the fact that it is a shared backfield and the way he can do the thing.
Without catching the ball. Shared backfield.
The ball, yeah.
And he doesn't catch the ball.
He's not utilizing the passing game at all. Maybe he'll be lucky if he gets a reception in a game.
So there's 17 games. I say he might get 20 receptions on the season. 20, 25.
That even sounds
and
high.
that sounds exactly.
Yeah,
it's crazy, bro. His production without catching the ball.
Next one, which this is where we I guess are getting back, but not really. Derrick Henry's my number 2.
Wait, he was my number. No, he's my number 3.
He's your number 3, yeah.
2, 3. I mean, yes, yeah.
King Henry's my number 2. I think he's gonna do well. He's gonna face new challenges this year, but he is him. Right,
he is him. Yeah, he's him.
They're going to feed him. He's the Titans' offense, and that's I don't think that's going to change next year. So
it can't change.
His yards are going to be what they are. His attempts are going to be what they are. He's going to, if you're talking about production for the team, or if you're talking about fantasy production, definitely fantasy production. That's the guy you want on your team because he touches
another
the ball.
guy who does not catch the ball.
He does not catch the ball.
Oh,
and that's very right. Him and Nick Chubb are very similar on their roles,
air, bro.
Except King Henry touches the ball every other play.
Yeah, I think my man averages more runs than the quarterback does passes a game. I think
It's crazy. So when you have that, obviously you're more prone for injury, but he's just a big individual.
He's a specimen. The man's
And then so number 1 coming in.
We already know.
My boy Christian McCaffrey. No, I'm kidding.
What?
I'll
Bro,
play.
I'm about to get angry. I'm about to knock over some shit.
No.
Close the laptop. This is over.
No, I'll play it, bro. I have Jonathan Taylor as my number one.
Yeah, you did him. Yes.
There's nothing anyone that could really tell me that is going to change that. The way he runs the
Young,
football,
bro.
and you know what? And the thing that actually irritates me about the Colts is that they act like this man can't catch. I mean,
because when they do throw it to him, he catches the football.
Yeah.
Like, which is crazy. But the reason why they do that, bro, is because the reason why I think they do it is because they have so many different talented backs, and they have to find a way to utilize them while still maximizing JT. And so they're like, bro, we know you can catch, we know you can do it, but like we have to give these guys some kind of run. Like we gotta just.
Yeah, well, you're sharing the load, so he's not taking it all on his back for the longevity of the season. I can understand.
Yeah, and me too.
Because I'm not gonna say he's like Chris McCaffrey or Alvin Kamara or anything like that, or Eckler, but he can catch the ball and do something with it.
He's not gonna route you like those guys will, but if you throw him the football in an advantageous spot for a running back, he will make the play.
I agree. Yeah, I think, or those kind of low dump off check downs.
Yeah, that's
give Jonathan Taylor some space.
He's probably going to the crib.
He's
probably cribbing it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna make a move, man. And the way this guy has the speed, he has the vision, he has the strength, he has everything you want in a running back.
Angry runner.
Yes, and he's out. When he's out, he's out. Yeah. I think him and Nick Chubb are very similar in the way they run. Yeah, but I think Jonathan Taylor's a better
corners and safeties
catcher.
hate when he gets back there. They hate it. They're like, fuck.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
God damn it, why is he? They throw their whole body. They start doing weird shit when he gets back there.
So yeah, Jonathan Taylor's my number one. He's somebody that I'm like. Obviously, all five of these guys that we listed are fantasy prospects for your team. If you can get them, grab them.
Except for Kamara, I don't know about that one, but I'll get there.
I know he has some legal issues.
Yeah,
right?
He's not playing half of the
season.
But.
I mean, if maybe AK you hold off on or whatever.
Yeah.
Let him go
no, don't maybe hold off. Get the 6th round.
If you're talking about fantasy football, I would throw Christian McCaffrey up at 5. If you're talking about fantasy football.
Ooh, no Eckler.
That's tough. We'd have to revisit that. I like Eckler though.
I like Eckler too. I'm saying him because we're in top 5 categories. So any name we mention right now is they're tough.
If you're talking about assuming both of them are healthy, I'm picking Christian McCaffrey all day.
In their respective offenses.
Correct.
Yeah, for sure. Because the Chargers have more. They spread the ball.
Actually,
no.
Chargers are supposed to take off though. I think this.
We've been saying that since freaking night, since they had LT and Rivers and Gates. Them boys is like almost like the Browns.
Bro, they have Justin Airbear Herbert over there.
Bro, they've had elite teams. It's actually impressive how elite their roster has been for so long and how much of nothing they've done with it. The Chargers are legit, and I hate to call them a dumpster fire because they
don't say that.
Okay. They're just a franchise who cannot get it done.
Yeah.
Ever.
They're not winning when they need to win.
When they should be able to. Yeah. They have the pieces. They've had it. They've been able to compete for years.
All right, well, look, before you forget my list now, what's up? What's the rating?
Okay, so I'm not going to lie. Our lists kind of mesh for the first time.
Yeah.
I don't like the Kamara. I'm not going to lie. I hate the Kamara edition as 5. But I only hate it because he's not going to be available for a lot of the year. And I just think that with that, so they have Michael Thomas, they just drafted Chris Olave, and they got Jarvis Landry. They're looking to move the ball through the air. So Kamara's touches are they're gonna drop.
But that's the thing about Kamara though. I will come back at you with that and say Kamara is heavily utilized in the passing game.
I'll agree.
So I mean he's gonna be productive.
But who's their quarterback? Jameis Winston. He's a guy who likes to spread the ball vertically. I mean, Kamara can go vertical, but I just don't think he's routing you up when you have those 3 guys.
Jameis Winston's also got to get bailed out on a regular basis, and when you get bailed out, you're dumping it down to Alvin Kamara.
Okay, I'll give you that. I just don't think that his usage is going to be as high as we're used to, only because of the additions they made on offense, and they look to be trying to air it out and keep up with those Bucks. And yeah, he's gonna miss like 8 games, bro. Like but that's not here nor there. So if you had to ask me,
you're procrastinating on my rating.
Okay, yeah, my fault. I told you that. I gotta give this. It's a good list. One guy shouldn't be there. One guy's a little too high. So I'm gonna give this one a 7 this week.
7?
And I'm gonna tell you because the Kamara thing, bro, that drops a lot of points because you picked a guy who's gonna miss half a season in your top 5 for 2022. So I mean, what are we rating? We're talking about production, right? Or what they're gonna do next year, right? I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So he's gonna miss half the season. So he's not gonna. But whatever. I mean, but if you're talking about potential of what they could be, sure. Then I might give you about a good 8.5.
7 is wild.
I'll give you 8.5 if the guy was going to play the whole season. I'll give you 8.5 because you picked the elite prospect. Like, you can't go wrong. Honestly, all of those guys get interchangeable, and
I mean, to be real with you, I think Austin Eckler, Chris McCaffrey, and
honorable mention.
I'll be there.
Yeah, honorable mention: Austin Eckler, Christian McCaffrey, Aaron Jones.
Eckler always gets disrespected, and then when they're on your team, you understand the value if what they provide. Like Eckler, when he's balling, he can get you 2 touchdowns, 6 receptions, 70 yards, rushing 80 yards. Like you're balling in fantasy football if you have a guy like that for sure.
I agree.
All right.
What about Joe Mixon though? We didn't talk about him. He was a guy who finished top 3 last year.
That he's also should be an honorable mention as well, but he's not my top 5. I would say that clear as day.
Najee
Harris can be that.
Honestly, damn. I probably would make.
Actually, you know what? Najee, I would put Najee
at 5.
5.
Me too. I can't lie. Okay, I would put Najee 5 and take out CMC. I completely forgot about him, and that's only because of the quarterback situation. And I know he's about to get the workload.
I think Najee got overlooked in this list.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I would if I could change it out, I would say Najee honorable mention / 5 is what I'd be.
Yeah.
All right. So, would you rather is our next one.
Ooh wee.
This is something I like. I like to talk about. Sorry, are you going first with the would you rather, or is it me?
We gotta remember who went first last week. Do you remember? I think you asked me first last week because I gave you mine second.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So yeah. So I think.
So you're asking.
I'm asking you first this week. All right. So mine is a little different this week. Let me have some fun with it. But would you rather have to use cheese-flavored toothpaste or ham-scented deodorant for the rest of your life? Let's talk about it.
Cheese-flavored toothpaste or ham-scented deodorant?
Cheese-flavored toothpaste.
Okay, I have this pretty quickly here. I would take the cheese-flavored toothpaste because when you say it like that, it means it's just flavored like cheese. However, it does the job of toothpaste. Now, I can't.
But if it flavors like cheese, that means it smells like cheese.
Yeah, maybe. So let's assume that it does smell a little bit like cheese or
cheese
like
bread?
cheese. You could throw a little gum in your mouth and you can rectify the situation, but you're still at least brushing your teeth. Ham scented deodorant, you can't really bounce back from the ham scent of you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, but does ham stink?
In the if you mix that with your own body odor and the armpit area, it's probably gonna get a little reckless. Yeah. I mean, just being honest. But there's a little, like, back in the day, the little strips of
Listerine strips.
Yeah, Listerine strips.
We still
got
those.
gum. I haven't seen anyone use a Listerine strip in my face ever, like in the past 5 years.
Well, you probably have to go back to a high school or college.
That was when it was popping. It was then, but
it's those settings where you find it.
Bro, I would actually be shocked right now if someone popped out with the Listerine strips. That's something I would just have to point it out.
Let me stop.
I would have to point out. You'd be like, "Wait, you're using Listerine strips though? Like, what's going on here?" But I mean, it's not a bad move. I mean, we could actually probably bring them back, honestly.
They're not gone, bro. They're just not in the environment,
bro. It just doesn't. Can you tell me the last time you've seen anybody actively use a Listerine strip in your face?
Whoa.
Or anyone just around?
Yeah, it's probably been since early 2010s. Can't lie. It's been a minute. It's been a long time. But I'm just saying, bro. But hold on. Why aren't we seeing those? That's probably because there's kind of other alternatives these days.
Well, I mean, people just like chew gum and that kind of thing. Just normal thing. Just having a pack of Listerine strips is it was cool at the time, but it's such like a niche thing type of.
But let's be real, bro. It tastes like toothpaste in your mouth.
Yeah, and it's like you had to kind of suck on the paper and.
And it was super temporary. It lasted like 20 seconds. The shit was.
Yeah, it was weird, but I just don't remember anyone last time.
Doo-doo.
I don't remember the last time anyone had that shit. For real.
You won't. It's trash. All right, my turn. Let's go.
All right.
So what you got for me?
All right. Would you rather experience the world beginning or ending?
Nigga got philosophical on me real quick. Yeah. Would I rather experience the world ending or beginning? Dang. Kind of, bro. What? So look. So if I experience the world beginning, that means I'm the first person. I'm by myself.
Yeah, I mean, you and maybe like a group of people, but like you guys are taking L's, bro. Like let me just explain.
We don't even know how to eat. We don't know how to cook.
Yeah,
We're just out here like, bro, barefoot, naked, and just like this.
There's no like.
The common cold is taking us out. We're dead.
Yeah, like the first like plague is gonna hit y'all. Y'all have to like figure out how to
I'm
like
gonna die at like 8. All right, I gotta go with the world ending. That's the simplest fact, bro. I'm gonna be real, bro. The world beginning.
To watch that though. Or to experience that?
I'll guarantee you by the time, unless I die like at like 10, I'm already 31, bro. Like, I'm just saying, I'd rather watch the world end than watch the world begin because I can at least have a chance to survive to a decent age without being like eaten by some kind of wildlife or like starving to death or like.
You eat a fucking berry.
But it's a poison. Yeah, and I'm through. I'm cooked, bro. I'm
done for.
Yeah, bro. Like, what the hell?
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I rather do the world ending. That way you
and again, if it depends if you're religious, bro, the world ending is a good thing. I mean, I'm gonna go to my my forever, my eternity. So it depends on how you look at it. But yeah, I'd definitely rather see the world end than begin. You
just gotta take it on the chin and move on, type of thing.
Yeah, bro. It's time for the common cold. I'm gone. Iced, bro. Iced. Bro.
All right. Well, look, I mean, that was the end of it right there, man. Look, this was a special episode. We did a live episode.
My man's is in town. We finally linked up to get one done.
I thought this was pretty cool. We are going to get back to our normally scheduled program. And we also are going to have our first guest next week.
Yes, sir. My boy, Adrian Kamikaze, shout out to him. He actually was one of the ones that inspired me to start podcasting. Next to my boy Dover right here, actually. He brought the idea. I kind of procrastinated. Then we was like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
But nah, Drake, my boy Kamikaze, though, he's been doing it for a while. Unfortunately, he's a Red Sox fan. That sucks for him. I don't know what.
Terrible.
Horrible decision. But, yeah, we're going to get him on. He's going to spit some knowledge at you guys. He's going to promote his podcast a little bit. I want you guys to check him out, too, as well. He has some good content. He's a creator as well. And let us know what you think. Yeah,
we're going to get him on. It should be fun. We're going to see how the dynamic changes with a guest appearance. And we're going to have more guests as time goes on. We're just, we're picking and choosing. We're being a little stingy gatekeeping on who we put on the show. I mean, that's just the way
it's our gate, bro. What you mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But all right, man. Like I said, we're wrapping it up. But if you made it this far, don't forget, as always, like, comment, subscribe, leave some feedback. Let us know what you want to talk, what you want us to talk about, what you want to hear, how we did, anything. But just talk to us. We need
Yes, sir. It's been beautiful, people.
All right, signing out.